Hello everyone and welcome to Blitzkrieg Gaming versus Slarknado Reborn. Blitzkrieg Gaming has taken Dire and second pick, while Slarknado Reborn has Radiant and first pick. I am your caster, 6. I'll be your sole voice for the evening as we check out this match between two amateur Dota teams on the 82L Dota League. Looks like starting off we have bans on Slarknado Reborn for Elder Titan and Alchemist. Worried maybe about an Elder Titan roaming support, covering their carries and doing that damage with natural order, amplifying all that damage, and of course an Alchemist, probably mid laner, dominating that lane, getting an early laid. Whereas Blitzkrieg Gaming seems to be more worried about cores. I mean, Alchemist obviously is a core, but both of Blitzkrieg Gaming's bans are going to Faceless Void and Anti-Mage. You want to stop that farming Anti-Mage, that early lead they can get. Anti-Mage, of course, has that guaranteed early Ugh, God, I am terrible at this. I'm going to start over. Anyway. Anti-Mage, of course, has that guaranteed late game. You leave him alone for 25 minutes, he's guaranteed to get it. Unless you gank him like crazy, which, of course, at this skill level is pretty hard to do. First pick on Slarknado Reborn is Lion. Lion, of course, going to be our support. Lots of CC on Lion. Pretty safe pick. We'll be able to cover any ganks, protect the carry, get some kills, do some damage. Good counter to the illusions, of course, if anyone gets an illusion hero or Manta with mana drain. But we have our first pick on Blitzkrieg Gaming with a Kunkka. And, of course, the question here is this a support Kunkka or a carry Kunkka? Lower down, core Kunkka is far more common, but support Kunkka has been very popular lately, both in pub and to a lesser extent in pro meta. The X marks combo is, of course, very brutal for getting pickoffs. It's like a poor man's Disruptor, only actually kind of better than Disruptor in a way. So very, very strong pick. Both teams dipping into their reserve time already. Thinking pretty hard about this second pick. Juggernaut for Blitzkrieg. Okay. I would suggest that this is probably a safe lane Juggernaut, most likely. I think that ups the odds of Kunkka being a support. Though he could, of course, be a mid, and I have seen Kunkka run off lane. Though it's pretty risky. He doesn't have any good escape mechanism. He can, of course, keep himself alive with the boat once he gets that, with that delayed damage with the rum. He's got a little bit of protection with the torrent, and he can farm pretty safely with Tidebringer. But a little tricky. Ogre Magi, Slarknado going in on the supports early. Ogre Magi, of course, a very aggressive, harassing support. Lots of magic damage and slows, stuns, and just tanky as hell. Really hard to deal with. Obviously falls off pretty hard in the late game. Lion will fall off pretty hard once the other team starts getting BKBs, and of course Juggernaut with that Blade Fury has some natural spell resistance right there. So far this draft is looks like it'll have a lot of early aggression from Slarknado, but so far Blitzkrieg, if they can weather the storm, will have a pretty good shape. But obviously very early in the draft to make any definite comments. We're getting bans for Axe, Medusa, and Shadow Demon.
10 seconds to go.
Obviously, Medusa, again, Blitzkrieg banning out some really late game based heroes. Anti-Mage, who has that guaranteed late game Faceless Void, who once he gets the ball rolling with those Chronospheres, and of course his other abilities, he is very hard to kill, can do a lot of damage. And Medusa, obviously one of the best late game hard carries in the game. Axe, I assume they're banning out for an offlaner role, for counter initiation and things like that. Obviously a lot of jump potential on the Axe. Slarknado banning out some supports because obviously Blitzkrieg hasn't picked any support yet. Shadow Demon, who has the disruption to protect, or of course to hold someone in place, though that's a pretty risky play with a team like theirs. Could be a setup for the torrent though, so I can see why they're worried about it. And of course, if he's get the Aghanims, he can go for disrupting people's passives, which doesn't tell us anything yet. They don't have any passives on Slarknado. I wonder if that's maybe something they're worried about. Also, of course, the Dazzle, just because Dazzle's a huge pain in the ass to deal with. He's so great at keeping people alive, can get your armor down to nothing, the Shallow Grave, And since Axe is out of the pool, that's one of Dazzle's natural counters, so they wouldn't have any good answer to the Shallow Grave. Just good, solid supports to take out of the pool. For Blitzkrieg, I might want to see maybe Vengeful Spirit. Obviously, a Crystal Maiden at this level is a pretty good natural combo with both of these characters. Got the Frostbite to hold people in place, which could set up for a Torrent or a Boat, or of course, early Crystal Maiden Juggernaut is a pretty classic combo. Also, both of their heroes are pretty mana hungry. However, they opt for the Tidehunter offlane. I assume offlane. I guess we don't know for sure, but there's very low odds. I would say that it's a support. Obviously, that very powerful counter initiation with the Ravage, as well as he's tanky as all hell. Ganking him is going to be a nightmare if Slarknado tries to do anything like that. Perhaps they're trying to get a offlaner that can survive the storm of an Ogre Magi and possibly also a Lion trying to beat him down. I guess we'll see. Looks like Slarknado isn't really sure what they want right here. They have yet to pick a core, and they haven't really given away too much of their draft yet. This is going to be a really key place where they show us where they're trying to go with this. Whereas Blitzkrieg, we already have a pretty good sense of what they want. They've got that Tidehunter for the counter initiation. They've got pretty powerful team fight with Kunkka's combos and also his pushing power. And Juggernaut, as always, is a very flexible, very powerful hero who can stay safe. He can push with his healing ward. He's got good damage. He's got the Omni Slash for pickoffs. Looks like a Timbersaw is going to be the pick for Slarknado Reborn. Obviously, a lot of magical damage on this hero. Scales very well into the late game. Also pretty hard to kill if he gets a couple of points into his reactive armor. And I don't know. I think against this team, it's an interesting pick. I think it'll get through. If I recall correctly, it should get through Kraken Shell without any trouble, with the pure damage on his Chakrams and also his Timber Chain. That damage will hit a Juggernaut whether he's spinning or not. And obviously Kunkka wouldn't be able to get away from a Timbersaw very easily or interrupt him because he moves around so quickly. It would be very hard to land a Torrent or a ship without an X marks. Interesting. Disruptor pick for Blitzkrieg Gaming. So they have both of the send-back heroes. They have X marks and they have, obviously, Glimpse. So they have a lot of pick-off potential if Slarknado gets out of position. They have a really ridiculous amount of ability to pull them back and punish them, like pulling a Gazelle off of the pack. Very dangerous combination for getting some early and mid-game picks. And obviously, if you try and push high ground and you're a little sloppy with your positioning, they could punish that very hard as well. Slarknado is going to need some powerful carries to counter this. Obviously, the Timbersaw could be a mid, though I don't think it's very likely. I think they're going to want someone with a little more classic scalability. Obviously, Timbersaw can be very strong late, but he doesn't get right-click, right? He can get more mana, and he can get more health, and he can get more regen, but he doesn't get so many straight boosts to his damage. Sven. Okay. That's a very, very good answer to my question of where is the right-click, right? Sven, obviously, one of the hardest-hitting right-clickers in the game with his God Strength. He's got an AoE stun, which brings them up to a total of now 4 stuns on their team, 5 if you count Aghanims on Ogre. That's going to be a lot of damage. There's a lot of magical damage on this team, and obviously Sven doesn't need the magic because he can still go God Strength. There's a lot of armor on this team. Be a pretty good group up team, and also still pretty strong in the laning phase. We're gonna have to see how they round out things so we can decide whether or not this Kunkka is intended as a support or as a core, and also so we can figure out what exactly they're doing with this Timbersaw over here. Looks like Blitzkrieg is worried about a Slardar, perhaps. We're thinking mid Timbersaw, safe lane, Sven, off lane, Slardar? Hard to say. One wonders what exactly it is about the Slardar that concerns them. Obviously, Slardar is a pretty strong hero with that consistent blink and stun, but the amp damage, other than being a minus armor, doesn't really screw on anyone on their team. I wonder if they're hoping to pick up someone with some invisibility. Perhaps it Clinks? That said, they still don't really have a very strong mid laner, and Clinks certainly can't do that very well. So, Again, they're going for another support ban. They're thinking that this is a core Kunkka. I guess we'll see. So they're banning out the Coddle, which obviously has the very annoying stuns with the mana leak. Has the obnoxious D push with his Q, and just generally is a nuisance. Let's see. Here comes their last pick. They're running out of time, so we're going to see what the fifth pick for Slarknado Reborn is.
10 seconds to go.
Puck, interesting. A very, very classic mid laner. Again, that means more stuns with the tether. They've got the silence with the waning rift. Puck, of course, has a lot of ability to start fights. There's a lot of synergy on this team, but I feel like perhaps it is not as well-rounded as it could be. It's very strong in its area of expertise, which seems to be team fight, AoE damage, and lockdown, right? Like, they can start fights and they can win them. But Sven is the only really good split push they have. Obviously, Timbersaw can clear waves very quickly, but he is crap for hitting a tower, as is Lion and Ogre and Puck. They're going to be relying a lot on that Sven to take down buildings, which seems to me a little bit of a risky bet. But it is indeed going to be the Timbersaw off lane with the Sven safe and the Puck mid. Lion and Ogre. I assume Lion will roam, whereas Ogre will be a dedicated support to the safe lane. Outworld Devourer, I like it. I like it. So that is actually a support Kunkka with a Outworld Devourer probably going mid. Juggernaut on the safe lane, and Tidehunter off lane, and of course Disruptor supporting. And we might have a disconnect, it sounds like. Hopefully they can reconnect. Let's see if we can figure out who it was. One of Slarknado's players, unfortunately. Well, this is a private lobby, and we can take our time and make sure this goes right. So it seems like there's some really strong pickoff potential on Blitzkrieg, and there's a lot of ability to catch Slarknado out of position with the X marks and the glimpse. I think Slarknado really needs to be wary of going too aggressive with their lineup, because if that Timbersaw or that Puck goes in too deep and then wants to get out, they're not necessarily going to be able to. Please bear with my potato PC for a moment.
Looks like we lost one.
Oh my goodness, all these disconnects. Okay. So, try and introduce your players here real quickly. We have, for Slarknado Reborn, we have Tuo on the Sven. Give you a nice... I can't do that view with this button. Okay, there we go. Whoa. We have... Reach for Sky High Gaming, which is, I guess, also Slarknado Reborn. Here we go. Not uniform in our clan tags here, but here we are on the Lion. I am not fluent in any languages but English, so I'm not going to be able to say much other than Ogre Magi for this young fella. Whoa, that's a bad angle, boy. Okay. And let's see who else we got here. A lot of them have not entered the game. Oh no, they're just too far ahead of me. We have Sad Boys on his Puck. There we go. Default Puck, no cosmetics. I like it. I like it. Good look. And of course we have Excalibur here on another vanilla Timbersaw. Not fancy boys, these lads. Some of them. But a lot of these. Oh, immediate smoke play. Aggressive. Let's see where they're going. And let's see who they could be getting, because over here on Blitzkrieg Gaming, we have Dreams on the Juggernaut. Wearing that nice Blade Keeper set. Very pretty, very good look. We have Brado on Outworld Devourer. We have Schwarzing on a Kunkka. Oh my god, I missed First Blood. I did not... My bad. I didn't think that would happen. Here we are. Smoke Gank successful. And Slarknado Reborn immediately establishes some control, blocking with this ward here. Get First Blood with that Smoke Gank. They're going to get their nice rune for their mid laner. Though, of course, Blitzkrieg is able to secure theirs.
Got a feeling this.
And let's see what we got here. Of course, we got a block on this camp. We got a block on this camp. We got our Sven just about out of mana, but, you know, whatever it takes to get that kill, right? First blood is first blood. We got 2 mid. Lion helped a little bit with the block, but now he's moving on. And so we're going to have OD versus Puck mid, which should be a very tricky matchup for the Puck, I would think. Especially if the Kunkka's going to harass. I should really use my click and drag's not working. Okay. Apologies for any rough edges, folks. This is my first time casting. Alright. Up top, looks like we're going to have that Timbersaw solo. Just trying to get a CS, obviously trading pretty well with the Juggernaut as long as he's alone, but he ain't going to be alone for very long. Got that Thunder Strike on the Disruptor here, played by Pony. One of the best level 1 damage spells in the game. Very powerful. Oh, and we might have a kill here. Yep, that's going to be death. Alright. Even up the score. 1-1. And that kill went to the Juggernaut, of course, which is very beneficial to them. Probably the most valuable person on that team to get the kill. Though the OD wouldn't be bad either. Tidehunter is rocking this solo lane. 1 point quick and Croc and Shell, and then Anchor Smash. Very classic build. Just stay alive. Get some CS. And trade pretty well because, boy, you're going to get a lot of damage block. He's probably going to get more points as he goes because this tri-lane is going to give him a lot of trouble if he's not careful. But he is going to be a tough motherfucker to kill. Check back on the mid. Let's look at some CS. See how this is going. Looks like mid is going to the OD right now, pretty solidly. He's handily getting a lot more denies. And, pretty early to tell a lot more than that, obviously. Good farm to both of our safe laners. Off laners having a worse time, though. Tidehunter 3 for 1. Certainly doing better than our Timbersaw, who is having trouble getting anything at all. And plus, he already died once. And they're rotating through. They might be looking for another kill. Disruptor looking for the D ward, but he's just not finding it. There he gets it. There he gets it. Oh, going for a little brawl already. Puck getting the better end of that little trade, but what did it cost him? Oh boy. He doesn't have Waning Rift. He can't get that kill yet. But Tidehunter have a grand old time. Oh, another kill. Okay. I need to be better with my map awareness. Let's look at this fight recap. Looks like spent it all. X marks into a torrent with Thunder Strike and of course a Blade Fury over the top. That's going to be plenty to take down a Timbersaw. Back to lane, but these deaths are going to hurt him. He's a pretty hard scaling core. He wants more than just levels. He's going to want items to stay alive. He needs mana regen really badly. The faster he can get a Bloodstone, the better. And this is gonna hurt his timing quite a bit. He finally has a point in his Timber Chain, though. He should be able to escape a little better. I'm not sure I agreed with his second level point in Whirling Death, honestly. I feel like Timber Chain is basically always the better option. You want 1 point in Whirling Death as a value point, but I would get the Timber Chain first. Some nice lane pulling going on here. Timbersaw. Oh. Forget Timbersaw. We got Tidehunter about to die here. Ooh. Wand charges might save him. Sven was thinking about it. Was thinking about going for the stun, but he couldn't quite get in range for that. And while we were watching that, Timbersaw died again. If he does not change his ways, that's gonna happen a lot. He should be pretty tanky, but yeah, he's got 2 points in reactive armor, which is pretty good. But against all this, all this pullback, they should probably have Glimpse by now, right? No, not yet. They don't need it. They don't need it with that X marks. That's doing plenty of work. With the X marks into Torrent, Thunder Strike over the top, Blade Fury. I mean, God, what more could you ask for? That's a lot of damage right there early game. You gotta wonder what the Timbersaw's plan is to get back into this game, though, at this point, because oh, well, Slarknado saw this rotation with their ward, and question is, will Puck react well enough to it? He is not. Okay. Sometimes you just want to go ahead and secure those last few CS. You don't want to respect the threat, but it seems like he's treating it with the appropriate level of concern. Plus, Puck has his level 6 now. He's got that Dream Coil. Oh. Coming over the top. Can Puck get out of this one? X marks? No, he's not going to get in range. He's only got rank 1. Alright. Go back down, see how this Tidehunter's doing. Could be doing worse, could be doing worse. He's about dead middle of the last hits chart. Which, yeah, you know, for a Tidehunter against a tri-lane, not terrible, not terrible. Certainly nowhere near as badly as his counterpart on the other team, our friend the Timbersaw, is doing. Ooh, look at that crit. That's bad news for him. Well, ward has finally expired, so finally Slarknado is gonna finally start getting some camps again. Oh, rotation. Oh, Puck is gonna. Whew. That was very good play. That was very good timing. They should get 2 for this. Maybe not. Oh, I didn't even check. I just assumed that Ogre Magi would have gone for the Orb of Venom. Instead, he went for the Windlace. This is a pick I see a lot, and I don't really agree with it. It's all fine and dandy being able to keep up with your enemy yourself, but you're the Ogre. You're not going to be the one doing the damage. It's better to get the Orb of Venom so that your team can keep up with him, because they're the ones who are going to do the heavy lifting. You're just the pain in the ass that they can't get away from. Up top, we have some more wave pulling, making sure that Juggernaut is getting some pretty good farm. Sven is still outdoing him a little bit, but of course, I bet if we check the net worth, we're going to see that those kills that Juggernaut has been getting have made all the difference. He is top of the net worth right now. Puck is doing pretty well. That kill on OD obviously helped a great deal. And then Sven is 3rd. All the way at the bottom, we have this poor Lion who is playing the most selfless of supports like a true hero. My heart goes out to all the selfless supports out there. It's a hard life, but somebody's got to live it. Alright. Looks like they're looking to set up another kill. Dream Coil is up. Oh, he wanted to cast it, but he got interrupted by the prison. He cast it anyway, though. He's going to go for it. Haste Rune. There we go. That should be death. Oh, he didn't jump to his orb. Oh, because he's got Haste Rune. He doesn't care. Does the regen continue while you're... Wow, it does. I didn't know that. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think this is shill death, but it was a good chase. It was a merry chase. Very good effort. Very good effort. His best option, however, might have been to try and prison and TP. He did have a TP on him, so perhaps he should have prisoned the Puck and tried to get out. But, you know, heat of the moment, very hard to know how to make those calls. And Ogre has delayed just long enough. Looks like they're going to get kill on the Tidehunter. Oh, Ravage popped. That's a casual... Oh, boy. The turnarounds are real. If I were the Puck, I would go for this kill, but he probably hasn't checked and seen how much mana this Kunkka has. He doesn't know that he can just do it. So he's playing it safe. He's getting out of there. And trade obviously favors Slarknado. An offlaner worth more than a support, basically, unless you're just completely kicking the shit out of them. Which I think I would say that yeah, no, they are not. No, it's a pretty close game right now. Let's go back to checking out last hits and denies. So looks like our Juggernaut maintaining his farm very well. Sven slowed down a little bit, but I'm sure he's getting right back up there. He's got a fast Helm of the Dominator. Interesting. I would have expected an Echo Saber from him. Let's see what our Juggernaut is going for. Perseverance. He's going straight for that Battle Fury. Very classic. Very classic. Okay. Win for the Phase Boots. Probably the best boots on Juggernaut, so you can get that speed boost to keep up with your Blade Fury and also get in range for your Omni Slashes. Oh, we got a fight happening mid. And Puck should get out of this zone just fine, actually. Dream Coil popped. I don't know if they're going to be able to... Oh, TP rotation. They should be able to just walk out of this one. Oh, boy. I underestimated that magic damage. That's a solid kill. And they should be able to get out with it, too. Very good cover from the Lion. Zoning. Zoning. Earthspike doesn't have to hit, just has to scare him. Prison on a creep. Probably not what he wanted. Probably. Never know, though. Puck's thinking about going back in. Yep, he's going to get this kill. Alright. And I want to confirm, this is just with Power Treads and Null Talisman, of course a wand, but he doesn't have any big items, and he's still getting some work done. Still haven't seen exactly what this Puck is planning to build yet, but double damage rune is not a good time to mess with a man who is winning his lane. Maybe not in CS, but he's getting those kills. That's a CS and a half right there. Tidehunter casually farming away. The Sven is no real danger to him. 2 points on Kraken Shell, 4 in Anchor Smash. He really wants that last hitting potential. Oh. Disruptor hoping for a cheeky pick, but not going to happen. Spotted out by the Ogre. Seemed a little optimistic, honestly, even with the ult. He still doesn't have the damage to get a whole lot done. Tidehunter can't back him up that much either. A Ravage is nice, but it holds people in place and does some damage. Not too much itself. Not too much follow-up. Alright. Looks like some harassment from the OD. Of course, the problem is such an easy time for Puck just to dodge any of this stuff and get out of the way. Gonna get some decent damage here, but Puck should be able to just jump. Oh! Mistimed that ult. What a bummer. And of course, then to get a 2 for 0 down bottom. Brought in Kunkka. Get some good damage. Kunkka building into... can't tell yet. Got some phase boots. Might have expected Arcanes just because of his mana problems. He's got such a small mana pool, and he really wants to cast these spells quite often. Torrent costs a hell of a lot for what it does. For someone with such a small mana pool. Lion looking to see if he can help out his offlaner, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Don't want to challenge this this Juggernaut. He hasn't really been too heavily involved in anything yet, but he's got some decent items on him. He's getting pretty close to a Battle Fury. He's got obviously Omni Slash locked and loaded. Went full Blade Fury build. He is not a man you want to fuck with, and especially not when he has the backup here. 2 points in a healing ward. Yeah, very well-rounded build. Oh, and we have a pause. Seems like we're having some connection troubles on Blitzkrieg Gaming. So we'll take a second just to look around. Looks like Tidehunter's doing a little cheeky illusion play, scouting with the 1, trying to see if he can bait anyone out. Well, he pushes down. Obviously, Tidehunter not going to be a great pusher himself, so he's probably not going to be able to do much to this tower. But hoping to bait a reaction, or at least concern them, make them wonder where. But if you micro your illusions like that, that's probably not gonna happen because your illusion's just gonna die real fast. Well, what can you do? Also, if you anchor smash, you're not gonna trick people with that play. What a bummer. Oh well. Getting pretty close to a mech here. Gonna be very good boon to them. Oh, big fight happening top. Big fight. Omni Slash to dodge the Finger of Death. Man, what a play. What a play. Seems like maybe it was just coincidence, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that was hella sick. That was MLG. Slarknado's got the Puck coming in to try and clean up, but Puck doesn't know what they're dealing with. Getting out fast. Went for that blink dagger. Smart, but boy, this is a tricky fight, and I'm not sure they want to take it. They could probably get a pick if they were checking the mana levels. Yep. Looks like Puck at least has been paying attention to that. Oh, that's not going to save any time at all. Oh, the timing on that. Might get a counter kill with this tower shot. Almost. Almost. Yeah, mistiming that stun almost cost him big. Oh. Let's see. Throwing the Ogre to the Wolves. Ogre's pretty tough, but not tough enough for pure damage. Pure damage, don't give a shit how tough you are. Alright. No towers taken yet in this game, though Sven is no, not hitting the tower. Just trying to farm away. 14 minutes in, should probably get a tower kill pretty soon, I would imagine. Let's see. How close is he to Battle Fury? He's got another 600. Oh, they're going deep for that kill. They want that Kunkka. And they might not get him because of those phase boots. That is a little embarrassing. Popping that stuff and just not, he just jukes you. He doesn't care. You gotta do something with that ult damage, man. No jungle camp there. Gotta find something to farm, gotta hit a tower, you gotta do something. Oh. And OD just giving Timbersaw a little bit to think about. He's got Disruptor backing up, ready to get a kill, perhaps. I guess we'll see. I see from an efficiency standpoint. Oh, Ogre went for a cheeky kill. Got it, but he might pay for it. Glimpse back. Yeah, he is going to die for this one. Given his amount of farm, however, that was totally a worthwhile trade. Puck seeing if he could get away with something, but realizes that it's not going to happen, blinks out to safety. And now I am having some connection issues. Apologies, ping just kind of spiked a bit. Oh boy. Yep. Well, we got a godlike Puck here, if our ping allows us to show it. Looks like he's maybe building into a Yule's or perhaps even a Dagon. That would be that'd be a little ambitious, but he might be able to make it work. Gosh, I wish I could. Come on, ping. Don't do this to me. Yeah. Looks like we are probably going to get a... they might be able to... Nah, they're not going to be able to do enough damage to... Well, I guess if they don't rotate, then they're going to get it. Okay. Gonna have our first tower take of the game. Top. Last hit to Kunkka. And this is the part where he starts transferring into a core type build. He's getting his armlet. Let's see what we got. Sven working on that Echo Saber, but hasn't gotten any major items since that early Helm. Obviously, the Oblivion Staff going to be pretty decent for him. Oh, I hear the telltale sounds. Looks like he's just harassing. He can't possibly go for that. And in fact, he might get caught by the Puck here. Yes, he should. Oh, he doesn't want to spend the Dream Coil. Yeah, well, he didn't need to. But you might not overstage your welcome, boys. Oh, you don't let him move or you're gonna die. Okay, this is a mess. Puck, of course, dodging that, getting out just fine. OD should die here. And now the Disruptor. Whew. Well, Juggernaut split pushing at least like a champ. Getting work done. That Battle Fury getting him somewhere. Should be pretty close. Oh, he's going for a Wraith Band. Interesting. Okay. Not a typical post Battle Fury item. You'd think they usually get a little more ambitious, but you know what you need. You need split push right now, so I agree with it. Kunkka zoning, throwing boats and torrents just to get him off his tower. Buy some time for his carries to react, but they're not going to be able to do much about it. Unless they just back off. Okay. Interesting. Seems like we are having a bit of a sound bug here. Apologize for that. Timbersaw's buzzsaw, or his chakram, eternally buzzing for us. Very delightful. Hopefully it shouldn't be too loud on stream. I think, actually, right now, Slarknado might want this fight. They've got cooldowns. Blitzkrieg does not. Also, they've got the relative strength advantage, I would think. This Puck has been playing out of his mind. And they are, in fact, going for the Dagon build. And then a Yule's. So they should be able to do a lot of damage. Pick someone off if they want it. Juggernaut going for that snipe. And he's going to get it. Slarknado either didn't spot it. Yeah, probably didn't spot it. catch on in time. Realize their mistake now, but a little too late. And now they should get the tower, but they're gonna pay for it. No torrent for a while now, but here comes the boat. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. Triple kill. Can they get X marks? No, they cannot. Glimpse back. Okay, and now they're going to get another kill on the lion. He is extremely dead. Great, great TP glimpse. Very, very classic play. Ooh, that was not the rotation you wanted, my friend. Well, this is definitely a trade in Blitzkrieg Gaming's favor, I would say. Even if you lose the disruptor, it's obviously mid tier 2 is better than an outskirts tier 2, and got quite a few kills for your trouble, including that godlike streak. Who did that go to? Juggernaut. Perfect, perfect. So let's see what you spent all that money on, my friend. Oh, I see. Working on You gonna get a casual Yasha into defusal, perhaps? Interesting. Interesting. Wonder if they're planning to defuse with that. Oh. This, it's not an ideal target right there, Puck. I don't think that's who you want. I mean, you know, anybody you can get, but, yeah, he'll die. He'll die. It's just, might have a little more patience. You might have gotten more. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, you hate to see this kind of thing happen. You hate to see this kind of thing happen. Well, some overextensions from Slarknado, not respecting the power of the glimpse of the X marks, and of course of that Ravage. Some big spells on Blitzkrieg Gaming side that can really turn the tide of a fight, and maybe turn the tide of a game, because it's really looking like Blitzkrieg is representing pretty strong, even after that strong start the Puck got. I think Dagon was maybe not the purchase, honestly. I think maybe work on an Ags. Certainly the Yules would have been nice. Stall out a little when you're trapped in that Disruptor ult. Timbersaw getting pretty close. He should be getting that Bloodstone very, very soon. That is huge for him. That will make him much more of a presence in these fights, much more of a threat. On the other hand, Juggernaut getting pretty close to that Diffusal Blade. Not much to purge on the enemy team, of course, but the slows are always nice. Pretty good damage. Looks like they're thinking about Roche. Interesting. Certainly with Slarknado's positioning, this is going to be hard to counter, but they're going for it. They're going for it. They smell that something is up. They don't have any wards in the area, but they got a nose for this. That said, though, they've got an OD. This is going pretty fast. Will they get there in time? I think they might barely. They didn't smell it. They're not going to be in time. They guessed wrong. Oh. Oh, but they might be able to. Oh, the combos. The combos. Aegis is going to hit the deck, but at what cost? This might be. Puck will get out because Puck's got the items for it. Oh, he mistimed it. He mistimed it. Still, they decided to go for the timer. Oh, don't do that, Puck. Don't do it. Oh, yeah. Prove me wrong. There you go. Ah, see, your caster friend was not paying attention and figured Juggernaut had a little more in the tank. That one's on me. He did not. Well, excellent Roche counter. Certainly made them pay for it. It's like we're getting close to a pipe on Disruptor that will help a great deal with Slarknado's team. Obviously, we've got the Blink, the Mech, the Arcanes. Maybe Tidehunter will go for Guardian Greaves. He's getting up there in money. He could do it pretty soon if he wanted, though of course he might want to save for buyback. Then again, if he spends Ravage and dies, buying back ain't gonna help. A Tide Hunter with no Ravage is basically just a waste of space. Got a Glimmer Cape on our Ogre Magi. Should be able to do some good saves with that. Oh, Pipe is finished for Disruptor. We do have that Yule's Dagon on Puck. Yeah, he's getting dangerously close to level 16 for another level of Dream Coil. OD, we haven't checked on this whole game. He's got a Dragonlance going on. It looks like he's working on a BKB next, so they have ways to deal with that Dream Coil. He's going to need Axe pretty soon if he wants it to stay effective. Juggernaut relying on his Blade Fury to deal with the Dream Coil, which if he gets silenced isn't going to do him much good, but well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll work out for him. This is not what you want, Puck. Get out of there. That Yule's wasn't what you wanted either. Well, you might be able to make it work. Okay. Okay. You got lucky there. You got lucky. Oh, not that lucky. Yeah, see, that was being greedy right there. That was hoping for something that was never going to happen. You got to know when to get out with those Invis runes. It's wonderful to wait for a pick, but you don't want to expire standing right next to two enemy heroes with no backup anywhere in sight. Especially when you don't know when the other three are. Because, who knows, maybe they're right behind you. Looks like Blitzkrieg Gaming want to take this opportunity, maybe get aggressive, get into the enemy secret shop, try and make a play for the tier 2 top. Oh, Timbersaw getting very close to a Yule's. Interesting. Wonder what he's trying to Yule's out of. Perhaps just survive the Disruptor Storm, like his friend Puck. But I don't know that I agree with it. I think they need more control, which is a funny thing to say with a team like theirs. They certainly got a lot of CC, but there's just so much to CC. They're very strong team to fight right now in team fight with Blitzkrieg Gaming. They got a lot of pick-off potential, got a lot of isolation. Let's see. Yep, should have that another 1,000 gold. Outworld Devourer will have his BKB. Got a Chrysalis on our Kunkka. He is fully core Kunkka now. Hitting like a truck. Disruptor the only remaining support on the team. Poor Disruptor. Barely over 1,000 health. It's a hard life. But with all that magic damage, that should get him a long way. Gotta watch out for the Pure, gotta watch out for Sven's swipes, but he plays it smart. Might be alright. Oh, we got a skirmish about to happen top. Yep, they're going in on Timbersaw. Yeah, he doesn't care about that, Puck. He doesn't care. You don't got nags. Oh. But maybe Tide Hunter will... he's got Ravage. Hit it, brother. Hit it. Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, so far, position 2 for position 3. Certainly a trade in Blitzkrieg's favor, but then they lost Disruptor as well, and looks like they're gonna lose Outworld Devourer, and now they're gonna lose Juggernaut, and it's all. This is not what you wanted. This is not the game plan here. At Echo Saber, see, you finish it. Good item. Good item. Like a truck. Oh, guessed wrong on the direction, but it doesn't matter. Sven stun finishes it off. You should be able to get a tower off of this. Got a lot of time. Kunkka can stall decently if he's willing to put himself at risk, but don't know if you want to. Obviously, you could get away from Timber if your reflexes were good. And obviously, Puck's not there to pop in with just the surprise hello. No other blink daggers right now on Slarknado. Probably Lion will go for one if he can get an opportunity, but he is a starving support. Let me tell you. Let's look at some net worth, shall we? Not much more starving than the Ogre, but the Ogre... Oh, that's why. Because he had it on the Courier. Well, that changes things quite a bit. Now you've got a lot of blink lockdown between Puck and Lion. And of course you've also got some invis lockdown from Ogre, though it's pretty hard to make, big sneak attacks with the Glimmer Cape. Just doesn't last very long. They want that Disruptor, but that's a they'll get it. With the Dagon, this should be a freebie. Oh, no. No. Oh, Sven going ham. What's he going to get? Oh, just a disruptor. But, oh, BKB. I don't know why he hit that when there's nothing to resist here. But, maybe worried about an OD prison locking him in place. Let's see how Ogre is the sacrificial lamb for the overconfidence of his carries. What a good support. What a hero. Timbersaw farming away. He's finished up his Yules. He's got a lot of money in the bank. Maybe going for an Octarine next. Try and save up for that 2,700 gold Mystic Staff. Oh, surprise pick on the Kunkka with Puck. Maybe he caught him armlet toggling with that Dagon. Who knows? It's a Dagon level 2, about to be level 3. He go for those Greaves yet? Yeah, Greaves on the Tidehunter. Wonderful. Sven man-hunting, or man-fighting. Juggernaut. Oh, well, not the manniest of fights, because you've called you for your friends, but if it works, right? Oh, that's a dead Sven. Well. Oh, but in comes Puck. No, he didn't jump. He knew that wasn't going to work out well for him, and he is going to push out top. Very sensible. Very restrained play. However, Timbersaw could be in a great deal of trouble if he doesn't... Yep. Cut down a bunch of trees and leave like Timbersaw do. Fair enough. Alright. Wish I could see what was on the dead courier, but I do not know how to do that. Because I am good at this. Working on an Aether Lens for the Disruptor. Even more terrifying range on that Glimpse. That should probably be illegal. That is a messed up thing to do. Oh, we got Manta. Manta, Diffusal, Battle Fury. Probably going to get Boots of Travel next, I would imagine. Oh, Kunkka pick off on Lion. Lion out of position. Missing a lot of kills here, folks. I do apologize. This is, as I said, my first time casting. And I am learning a great deal, which I'm sure is a great relief to you, because you care about what I'm learning and not the experience I'm providing you. Yeah, sorry about that. We're working on it. Alright, looks like we're grouping up for a big defense of the bottom tier 2. Zoom out some, see what we got. Oh, Timber going in. Oh, Dream Coil. Only caught Tidehunter. That's not an ideal target. With the stuns. He doesn't have Ravage. Sanity's Eclipse doing a lot of damage, but not getting a lot of kills. But oh, this is definitely going Slarknado's way. I don't think Juggernaut's going to be able to get out here. He'd have to do some very creative Manta juking and Diffusal play. Or that. That might do it. Very well done. That is the play you needed. That bought you the time. Excellent work. Looks like he's working on a Basher. Maybe trying to lock down that pesky Puck. That mother Pucker. Giving them a lot of trouble. 15 and 4. Which is pretty respectable numbers. He's no less respectable himself at 12 and 3. Dying a little less than Puck, but also getting a little less done, being a little less brave. Strange Glimpse. But, you know, you do what you can. Good Manta timing. Dodge that stun. And Slarknado's going to get a tower for this. Because I don't think Blitzkrieg wants to commit. No, they do. They do. I don't know about that, guys, but I guess it's working. You got them to split up. Excellent work. Oh, the Ravage. Oh, they're going to get a lot for this. And Puck, the lone survivor. Not catching him, but they do not need to. They're getting Roche. Double damage rune. What could be better? Look at that damage. Look at that. 400. It's going to just erase that man. That beast. plus OD with that damage. Dragon Lance went Midas. Interesting. When did he get a Midas? Have I not been paying attention? I don't like that at all. Not my job to like it. My job to respect it. Grabbing the reins of this game and taking it back. It's been a very back and forth. Let's see if we can if I can figure out how to get you guys some gold graphs. Hey, look at that. So Blitzkrieg nearly gave it away there, but they're crawling back. Let's look at some XP graphs. Yeah, same story, same story. Slarknado, good laning phase. Mostly they were doing okay there. Their Puck was really kicking some ass, bringing them into that game. But Puck doesn't do as much with farm as some of these other heroes, and yeah, they can't match this Juggernaut for farm. They can sort of match this OD, but he does so much with so little. All right, kills happening up there. Tidehunter's gonna get away with this. You guys, Tidehunter's gonna get away with that. That's kind of messed up. Oh, and Sven overextends, and he is gonna pay. He's gonna pay big time, unless the big plays can happen. Oh, the big plays. Ogre getting his carry out. For the moment, not good enough. It's going to cost the carry everything. That's a 5-man wipe. All because they wanted that Tidehunter so bad. Needed to focus a little better. Of course, it was very well executed on Blitzkrieg, because I'm not trying to knock Slarknado, and of course, in the moment, it's very hard to make those calls. Ah, it does seem that the Tidehunter is pretty excited about that trade. Well, he should be. That was well earned. That was excellent baiting. On part of a very tanky hero. Obviously, there's basically no way they don't get a lane of racks for this. Timbersaw's going to be up in a minute, and he can be a real pain in the ass. But if he dares commit to anything, they will kill him. Rotating top, or excuse me, mid. Yeah. They should at least get one Rax, maybe not a full lane, because probably Sven will be up before then. But they could get the melee. Excellent timing on that spin. They might have to sacrifice their Kunkka to the cause. With armlet toggling though, and a healing ward, maybe not. Maybe not. Very good knowing when to withdraw. And Slarknado going for the jump there, but it wasn't quite explosive enough. It wasn't quite unexpected enough. So they are now down a lane of Rex, and of course their second lane is exposed. And Puck's effect is really starting to fall off in this game. His choice to go for that level 5 Dagon, I really question. That is the most expensive thing in the game, is going for a level 5 Dagon. And it's really not paying dividends. It's nice to have that burst. It's a burst for one person. It doesn't help keep you alive. I think it was not the call. I think an Aghanims would have served him much better.
I'll take that as tribute.
Been able to stop stop Juggernaut from getting away just by spinning. Had that lockdown, had that extra damage. Oh, they're smoking in. And they're going to catch Blitzkrieg right in the back line. They're probably going to race this Kunkka. Unless... Oh, the Ravage. Back and forth it goes. And Kunkka's down. Can Tidehunter get out? Yes. Kunkka sacrifices his life to get Tidehunter out. Maybe he wasn't thinking that way. Maybe he was thinking he could get some kills, but he wasn't going to. So I'm going to say it was a noble sacrifice. So we got a completed... do we have a full Abyssal on this man? Does it have a full Abyssal? My God! All right, that's going to be a game changer, isn't it? He had the entire thing and had not been using it. Looks like we got. Pretty soon should have a Shiva's on our Tidehunter. Our OD's got his Hurricane Pike. Doesn't look like he's got anything else ready yet, but he is working on probably a Scythe of Vice. Working on an Aghanims for Disruptor. OD does not seem to understand that his teammate is trapped in the trees.
What's with all the scribbling?
Okay, that helps. That's good. Oh boy, is this okay? Just harassing your friends for their mistakes. I like it. Kunkka with a full Daedalus. Level 2 Diffusal. He is getting mighty scary. From here, you know, trade those phase boots in for some boots of travel. Maybe get a butterfly, and then I guess Moonshard if you got nothing else to do. But he's pretty well tapped out. He doesn't seem to be interested in getting a BKB, which I don't agree with, but that's his call. And we got to figure out what he's going to do based on that. Blink Dagger on the Sven for extra explosiveness. I like it. Maybe a little late in the game to make that call, but, you know, never too late for a comeback. Never too late for a win. Never too late to crush your opponents beneath your heel. Unless you're about to die. You are super about to die, my friend. You are extremely dead. There have been few people in this game so far that are as dead as you are right now. There is just no way you get out of this. I mean, you made him spend a lot, and that's commendable, but they didn't spend any ults. It was just a lot of short cooldowns. Now it looks like they're going to roll up bottom, push it in, and then force mid. With these creeps disabling the backdoor protection on the racks. Without their Sven, this is going to be pretty hard to defend. Now Sven's going to buy back. That's the call. You gotta. However, Lion is going to die in the meantime. Oh, overestimated it. They thought he was already dead, and they left him. But the damage is too real. The damage is too real. That's going to be a dead Timbersaw as well. And that could very well be the game. They could go for Throne right now. They are not doing so. Maybe respecting the buybacks, but they don't need to. Sven does not have buyback. Puck does not quite have buyback. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. He needs it. He needs it so bad right now. There's another death. Yeah, this game it's looking pretty grim for Slarknado Reborn. It was a very back and forth game. Blitzkrieg Gaming, of course, getting a lead, and then, you know, a critical play from Slarknado taking it back to even. Blitzkrieg, of course, again and again, back and forth. Some great team fights, some great play. Ultimately, though, I think the draft of Blitzkrieg just holds up better in the late game. Slark is their only right click. Puck's itemization really didn't carry them through, and this is the end result. Victory to Blitzkrieg Gaming. Well played by both teams, but I think the clincher here, that Kunkka transferring into a core, was very crucial. Not enough right click damage on Slarknado, and Puck's itemization I deeply question. But excellent play from everyone, and a very exciting game. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been 6. I'm Colin Detmar. I'm at 6264 on Twitter. And if you want to check out the Dota podcast that I do, you can check us out on iTunes, Google Play, and more as Bottle Crow Reborn. Thanks so much, and maybe I'll do this again sometime.